In Chicago, thousands of activists are gathering as the Democratic National Convention kicks off. These activists are not just ordinary citizens. They are zealous advocates pushing for change on various hot-button issues like abortion rights, economic injustice, and the ongoing war in Gaza. Vice President Kamala Harris and her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, are gearing up for the upcoming election. But the real buzz is on the streets, where demonstrators are making their voices heard loud and clear. The biggest group is the Coalition to March on the DNC. They plan to demonstrate on both the opening and closing days of the convention. With protesters hailing from all over, including college students and local activists, they're calling for immediate action to cease the Israel-Hamas conflict. These activists don't just see the issue as confined to Gaza, but as a broader statement on how U.S. foreign policy needs to change. Linda Lowe, one of the key organizers, criticized the billions spent on wars that could instead be used for healthcare, particularly for women, children, and the unborn. Her sentiments reflect a broader frustration with the Democratic leadership. All these things are tied together, Lowe stated. Others like Liz Rathburn emphasize the importance of focusing protests near the convention center, where decisions on policies are being made. They fought for the right to protest closer to the United Center and won, showing sheer determination and resilience. However, it's not just about Gaza. Another group is marching under the banner March for Bodies Outside Unjust Laws, addressing the Democratic Party's supposed failure to uphold promises on reproductive and LGBTQ rights. The protest, starting from Michigan Avenue, will wind its way through the Loop up to Grant Park. These activists plan to express their grievances in a safe and orderly manner, according to Senator Tammy Duckworth, who stressed the importance of peaceful protests and the freedom to demonstrate. Interestingly, the city has also approved a stage for speakers in a park near the United Center, even offering 45-minute slots for various groups to air their concerns. Meanwhile, figures like Mayor Brandon Johnson assure protesters of their First Amendment rights while emphasizing security. With plans for increased police presence and newly trained officers, the city is ready for potential unrest, but hopes to maintain peace. The tension between differing opinions is palpable. For instance, while the U.S. Palestinian Community Network rallies against what they call ongoing genocide by Israel, the Israeli-American Council plans its own protest, advocating for support to Israel. Elon Carr, from the Israeli-American Council, lamented on the city's initial decision to deny their permit, calling it unfair. He highlighted that both sides should have the right to express their views. The environment in Chicago is teeming with energy, albeit with an undercurrent of apprehension. Protesters remember events from the infamous 1968 Democratic Convention, so authorities are on high alert. Chicago Police Superintendent Larry Snelling reassured the public that there would be no tolerance for riots or vandalism, though maintaining peace during such a charged event might prove challenging. Adding to the complexity, some groups, like the Poor People's Campaign, are using the convention to draw attention to economic injustices across the U.S. Their march from Milwaukee to Chicago was a powerful statement against the brutalization of the poor and homeless, both domestically and abroad. Despite mixed reactions from officials and some logistical challenges, these groups remain undeterred. As the convention continues, the true test will be balancing the need for security with the right to free speech. One thing is certain: Chicago will be a hotspot of democratic engagement and activism, showcasing the American spirit of voicing dissent and fighting for change.